You know what sound that means. Hot time in the summer. That's right. We are back. This is going to be the hottest summer of all time. With all the shows that are coming back, are you ready to get your Fieros out, get to the cruise nights, get to the shows? This is going to be the funnest summer ever. We are excited. We have so many shows going on. We have so many cruises going on this year. This is going to be the summer of, shall we say, normalcy. So this is going to be a great summer. And that's our topic for tonight is hot time in the summer. And we're going to go through all the shows, all the cruises that we have going on that is going to keep you busy from the weekend after Memorial Day to the weekend after Labor Day. So strap on those seatbelts, start those engines. Let's get going. I am your host, Mike Croyer, and you are listening to the newest episode of FieroCast, the only podcast dedicated to the Pontiac Fiero. And let's get started. You can find all these events at FieroFocus.com. You can find them on our Facebook page at at N.I.F.E Club, and also at Fiorama. Also, if you wanted to see everything going on in the Midwest, you can look at midwestfieroclubs.aaca.com. Also, you can find all the information as well on their Facebook page at Midwest Fiero Clubs. So there's a lot of web pages that you can get all this information, set your schedule, and if you want to do a lot of traveling, it is there. The information is there. You can set everything, and we hope to see everyone at all the shows this year. All right, let's get started with the first show of the season, and it is the 2021 Dells Run, and that is going to be from June 3rd through June 6th. That is, it's that time again for the annual pilgrimage to the Wisconsin Dells. The Fiero Fanatics of Wisconsin will be hosting the show, and they bring Fiero owners from all across the Midwest, and I mean now you can even say all across the United States. The event kicks off on June 3rd, and it's going to run through June 6th, and that is at the Chula Vista Resort at the Wisconsin Dells. I believe all the rooms are full, but you can register the day of the show, and that show is on June 5th, and that runs from about 9 o'clock in the morning till about 3, and then they have the famous Dells Run, where it's just a parade of Fieros cruising through the Wisconsin Dells and then going in through downtown, and that is a sight to see. If you can get up there and see that, or if you can join in on that, that is one of the best all time that you can think of. So that show kicks off the summer, and that is again June 3rd through June 6th. It is the weekend after Memorial Day. We know how hard it is to find Fiero parts. We also know that as years go by, finding parts isn't going to get any easier. The big box stores will never make new Fiero parts because our community is just too small. This is why we need to support the companies that support us. For nearly 30 years, the Fiero store has sponsored our club events, provided free technical support, and produced well over 150 exclusive parts that no big box store would even consider. So, next time you need Fiero parts, head over to thefierostore.com and browse through thousands of products that are specifically designed for your Fiero. That's fierostore.com, the world's largest source of Fiero parts. All right, the next event is the weekend after, June 11th through the June 13th, and it is N.I.F.E on the road. And this show or this event is in collaboration with the Minnesota Fieros Forever, who are putting on Back to the 80s. So we are planning to head up to Minnesota to support our the fellow Fiero Club, Minnesota Fieros Forever, and go back to the 80s, where that show is nothing but anything produced between 1980 and 1989. And that includes all types and modes of transportation. The show will take place in one of the suburbs of Minneapolis. And if you plan to partake in this N.I.F.E on the road, you can reach out to Scott Campbell. His information is on the Fiero Focus website under events. But the plan is to meet up on Friday, June 11th at the McDonald's just off of I-90 in Newville, Wisconsin. And I believe that's exit 163. Meet there around 9 o'clock, and it'll be about a 4.5-hour drive and cruise once everything gets rolling. The group plans to get in sometime Friday late afternoon. They will probably do a little gathering for dinner. On Saturday is a show. After the show, probably do another local dinner around the hotel, and then head back on Sunday morning. Again, you can find all the information at FieroFocus.com and on our at N.I.F.E Club Facebook page under the events. Everyone's heard of Rodney Dickman. Everybody's purchased parts and other things from Rodney Dickman. But did you know he now has brand new undercarriage coolant tubes? Well, let's give a little backstory. The replacement undercar coolant tube story started back in 1984 when the Fiero first hit the streets. Some Fiero owners eventually needed replacement undercar coolant tubes. Many times the problem started at the repair shops. They put the pads under the tubes, and as the car was lifted, it dented and or crushed most of the tubes along as it was being lifted. After they were no longer available from GM, if they even ever were, one could only search for a good one at a junkyard or somebody else who has some of the parts. Good used ones could be found, but if you did, they were too large to ship. The post office, FedEx, UPS wouldn't even ship them, not even Greyhound. Another problem was the undercarriage corrosion under the clamps. A big problem in the 84 to 87 was that they go up and over the front suspension. Even if you put the 84-87 up on the rack, you still had to maneuver around the front suspension. Sometimes you even had to remove the front suspension. So, Rodney Dickman had been asked many times over the past 20 plus years for replacement coolant tubes. His response was, "I was always told the same thing. Good ones and used ones are out there, but they're too big to ship." So, fast forward to today, and you will still find that good ones are now very difficult to find, and when you find them, still hard to ship. So, the only idea that Rodney Dickman had was he contacted a few Fiero people that have worked on parts and or parted out Fieros. They talked, and all these new undercar coolant tubes, they told him these tubes are generally never damaged where they bend inward behind the front wheels and go forward. The damage is always along the sides and the back. So Rodney Dickman developed these repair kits. You can cut your existing tubes and install this 304 stainless steel repair section. So this thorn in everyone's side now on these coolant replacement tubes is now a thing of the past. To order one, you can visit www.rodneydickmanaccessories.com. Try them out. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. All right. The next event of the summer is there's two events going on the weekend of June 26th. We'll start with the N.I.F.E event, and this event is called N.I.F.E's 30 Miles for 30 Years event for just going to be for June, July, and August. But for June, the event is June 26th. It is a cruise, and it is 30 miles for 30 years. The June event, basically, we're just going to cruise from and cut and go. What we're going to do for this event is it's time to get together with your Fiero buddies again. Join us for our 30th anniversary for 30 miles. And the date is June 26th again. And it's going to be, we're going to drive 30 miles to a local Dogs and Suds in Grays Lake, Illinois for a dinner and cruise night. It will begin around Centennial Plaza in Addison, Illinois, and that's 1671 West Lake Street. And we'll meet there, and we'll probably jump on the expressway for a few and then take a little bit of back roads and just have some fun with it as we go. Please meet around 3:30. We'll prepare to leave around 4 p.m. Again, this is a night event, so this is a little different cruise. There'll be a kind of a late afternoon twilight cruise, and we'll drive up to the Dogs and Suds in Grays Lake. Probably arrive around there around 5 p.m. Have dinner, chat, and have all that fun. Also, if you want to stay up in that area, Scott and Teresa Campbell are inviting you to their house for a relaxing evening night around the bonfire. Also, they will provide beverages and dessert. They're about 10 minutes or so from the Dogs and Suds in Round Lake. And again, they're going to have some beverages, desserts, s'mores, supplies will be available. So if you have some time and just want to hang out, there's an evening event as well. That same weekend, we have an event, and again, this is through the Midwest Fiero Clubs and MFOA, or the Mid-Atlantic Fiero Owners Association. Fiero's at Carlisle. It is their 27th year, and this takes place in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, the weekend of June 24th through the 27th. The Fiero's at Carlisle 27 is going to be huge. It will take place again the 24th through the 27th at Carlisle at the Carlisle GM Nationals. They're planning to have some cruises, some group meals, go-karting, picnics, and one of the biggest Fiero shows on the East Coast. So you can find out more information on that show at midwestfieroclubs.aaca.com, or you can go to the Mid-Atlantic Fiero Owners Association website and Facebook page as well. So that weekend, pretty busy. If you want to go to a car show, you head out east. If you want to stay in the area and do just a quick cruise and dinner, we got that for you, and we're covered you on that one. The next event we have is also in June, probably late June, early July, is the, again, more information at the midwestfieroclubs.aaca.com, is the Fieros in the Village. This is their 2021 event. You can find out more information on this show at their Facebook page, Michigan Fiero Club, and they should have all the information on there as well. Where to meet up, cruises, dinners, show times, and all that stuff. So that is end of June, early July. And then after that, again, again, kind of working in the July timeframe. We've got the Fiero Fun Fest. I'm still getting information on this one, but this one is also hosted by the Kansas City Fiero Owners Group, and you can get all their information and if they've updated their show information on their Facebook page. And that is also a great show that they put on in Kansas City, Missouri. So great shows on in that one in July. Our next event again is on July 24th, and again this is the N.I.F.E 30 miles for 30. And this one we're actually going to head south. We're going to take the southern approach to celebrate N.I.F.'s 30 miles for 30. We're going to participate in the cruise night held at the Eastwood store at 12100 South Cicero Avenue in Alsip, Illinois. We'll depart around 4 p.m. from the McDonald's at 778 South Weber Road, and we'll take a couple back roads and en route to the Eastwood store. We'll pass some of the facilities like the Statesville Correctional Center and several nice, really open golf courses in the area. We'll get to the Eastwood store probably around 5 p.m. and we'll look over the car, socialize, grab a bite to eat, and browse some of the cool automotive tools that Eastwood store has to offer. We'll probably end up concluding that event around 8 o'clock. But the cruise night there is all makes and models, and we just want to have fun, get out, and show off our Fieros.
Are you looking for that special personalized gift for someone? Bontur Solutions can help you find that one-of-a-kind gift. Anything from t-shirts, sweatshirts, drinkware, signs, decorative items, holiday items, and so much more. They can design pretty much anything you want on them, from pictures of your car, your favorite sports team, a pet, or any saying that you want. The list is endless. Minimums are just one of each of any item, and the best thing is, they do not charge a setup fee. You can catch Bontur Solutions at several Fiero and Pontiac events in the area. Fiorama, the Dells Run, the 40th anniversary show coming up in a couple years, and the 2021 Indian Uprising All Pontiac show. So, feel free to visit their website at bonturgifts.web.com or give them a call at 847-453-3290. You can also email them at bonnie@bontursolutions.com. We also have promotional item products that they offer as well. That website is bontursolutions.com.
The next event, which is also on July 24th, and we have a great group of Fiero owners that do partake in this event. There's a lot of history behind this one. I want to try to get the group to do a Fiero cast with me and explain what this event is in more detail, why the event takes place, and the support that this event brings. And it is a pay it forward for Tyler Shipman. And again, I want to try to get the group in and just do a nice little podcast of what the Tyler Shipman Memorial Car Show is about, and the group of Fiero enthusiasts that helped him out and rebuilt his Fiero from the ground up in 24 hours. So it is a great story, and again, I just want to try to get the group on here. But the Tyler Shipman Memorial Car Show in Fries, Minnesota is July 24th. Registration opens, going to be opening very soon for the 12th annual show in downtown Fries. Shirts and merchandise can be pre-ordered online and will be available for pickup. Again, we do have a good group of Fiero owners that do go up to the show. So if you like to take a drive up there, we can get you in touch with the members that head up there. Usually there's about, I think, anywhere from 5 to 10 from the Illinois area that head up there. Great show, though. You can find out more information at the MidwestFieroClubs.aaca.com website and also on their Facebook page. But if you want to go directly to find out more about the show, it's Tyler Shipman memorialcarshow.com. So again, that is July 24th. We might also, depending on time, we might also have N.I.F.E on the road heading up to that show as well. So stay tuned for that. But we'll have more information as that goes on. Rounding out in August, we're going to have a couple cruise shows or cruises and another N.I.F.E cruising for 30. We'll probably also in end of July, maybe August, we'll have the Woody Buick GMC show. We're hoping that we can do the VA show again this year. It's been put on hold since it is at a government facility, but we'll have more information on that one coming up. But we're trying to work on the N.I.F.E 30 miles for 30 for August. So stay tuned for that one. I think that one's going to be a little bit more centralized, but we'll have more information on that. Rounding into September, I want to say this will probably be sometime maybe early September around Labor Day. It will be the Heartland Fiero Show that will take place in the Quad Cities area of Iowa. Again, date is still to be determined, but again, probably sometime in September. That is a great show as well. Nothing but good things to say about that show. And if you do plan on going to that, we'll have some more information on that on our website as well as the Midwest Fiero Club's website as well. And then we're rounding into Fiorama Weekend, hosted by the Northern Illinois Fiero Enthusiasts, us. And this one is Soaring to New Heights. There is we had to postpone it for 2020, but this year's show is September 10th through September 12th. We will have an event on Friday night. That one is still in the process of being worked out. Going into Saturday, we plan on heading up to the air show in Waukegan. And that one will probably head out around 9, get up there around 10. Air show starts around 11:30, goes till about 2. And they do plan on having a special presentation and some special things going on, events for September 11th. So that is, that'll be the 20th anniversary. So they do have some things planned for that, and we're hoping that everybody that comes in for that show can partake in that event. If you haven't been to an air show, it is a sight to see. So it's a nifty, cool event that we're going to do. We've never been done before, so we're going to cruise up there. And if you can, if you're in the area and you don't want to bring your Fiero, bring the family. This is a very, very family event oriented air show. So adults are paid admissions, but if you are a child or if you are a veteran, you get in for free. So there's a nice little perk. Like I said, if you got kids, kids get in for free, and then if you're a veteran or active military, you'll get in for free as well. And then Sunday, we've got the big show at Potawatomi Park in St. Charles. You can start arriving around 9 a.m. and the show will go to about 4 or 5 o'clock. Again, this is the big show in September, so we all hope you can make that as well. Also, during the current show season, we have the best in the Midwest. Again, if you can find more information on this at the MidwestFieroClubs.com or .aaca.com. And this year is the for the best in the Midwest. It is the younger than your Fiero. So if you are younger than your Fiero, then this is the event for you. It is again, if you are 16, 17, 18 years old, and these cars are approaching 30, 40 years, you are definitely younger than your Fiero. So it is something to partake in. Every show on the Midwest Fiero Club circuit will be awarding this award. And it is for the Fiero owners younger than their cars, a tribute to the future generation of the Fiero community. So every show on the circuit will determine what car is again voted. I think it's going to be voted on. Not 100% sure, but it's not going to be the person that wins. It will still be the car that wins, but it will the participants have to be younger than their car in order to partake in the event. Kicks off at the Dells Run, will run through the summer, and everybody who wins at their local show will get a certificate, and that certificate will then be your ticket into Fiorama. And at Fiorama, we will have a special section that will be closed off for the Midwest Fiero Club's cars that are partaking in the event, and then it will be open to voting, and then the voters will choose, and then we will crown the next best in the Midwest 21. So another great circuit with we're hoping to see a lot of those cars owned by the young guys. We're not getting any younger, so we'd like to see that future generation start bringing in those cars. So then rounding out the season this year is going to be the annual pilgrimage cruise by the Kentucky Lake Fiero Cruise, or the Mid-America Fieros. Their event is still to be determined, but it usually happens in around mid-September. And they have a nice, fun annual scenic cruise through the countryside. So if you want to go to that, we'll have information on that through the Midwest Fiero Clubs as well. And the weekend after Fiorama, we're still working out the details, but the Pontiac Oakland Museum in Pontiac, Illinois will have their annual show as well, with a Fiero class that will be sponsored by N.I.F.E and the Midwest Fiero Clubs. So we've got a lot of events in the summer, and we're hoping that this will be the summer of fun and we can kind of get back to the normalcy. So any questions, give us a shout out on Facebook or shoot us an email. But again, we're working with the Midwest Fiero Clubs to have quite a bit of shows and fun this year. So check out their website again. That's midwestfieroclubs.aaca.com. You can also check out our page, FieroFocus.com, and under Events tab, you can see the events coming up that we have scheduled as well. So get those calendars filled up. Check those local cruise nights and car shows as well. There's so far there's quite a bit popping up in the areas from Northern Illinois down to Central Illinois to Chicago out to Rockford. So you can start looking for those, and let's get those cars out there and start having fun with them this year. They've been sitting over a year, so let's have some fun. So, again, if you have any questions, shout us a message on Facebook, shout us out on Midwest Fiero Clubs, and we'll get back to you if we have any questions. So, all right, that will wrap up this episode. It was a short episode, but it's an informational episode of all the events that are going on this year, hosted by N.I.F.E, hosted by the other local Fiero clubs in the Midwest. If you have any information or if you want to get your event plugged, you can email at mkroyer at FieroFocus.com. Or if you want, you can also send some information to us, and I will get that information to Jason Fowley so he can get that information on the Facebook page, and then we'll get those events rolling. So, again, thank you for joining me tonight. I know it's a short little FieroCast this week or this month, but it is the time for summer and shows and cruises. And again, it looks like if they're predicting right, it's going to be a hot one out there this year. So, again, thank you for joining me, and thank you for listening. This is the newest episode of FieroCast. This is episode 20, and it is the only podcast dedicated to the Pontiac Fiero. Good night. Have fun this summer. Get those cars out and keep Fieroing.